From the vast savannas of Africa to the frozen tundras of the Arctic, our planet teems with remarkable creatures and breathtaking wonders. But did you know that history, too, is full of stories just as bizarre, chilling, and sometimes downright unbelievable? Today we embark on a journey through time, exploring 15 jaw-dropping facts that will make you see the past in a whole new light. We'll delve into the hidden corners of history, uncovering tales of triumph, tragedy, and everything in between. Buckle up, because some of these will have you laughing, gasping, or shaking your head in disbelief. Let's get started. The name Adolf Hitler evokes images of war-torn Europe, of unspeakable atrocities, of a world plunged into darkness. Yet even amidst the horrors he orchestrated, this dictator harbored a peculiar fascination. Deep within the walls of his mountain retreat, Hitler indulged in a surprising pastime, sketching Disney characters. Imagine, if you will, this man responsible for unimaginable suffering, finding solace in the whimsical world of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. He even declared it the greatest animated film of all time. In the annals of human resilience, few chapters are as harrowing as the siege of Leningrad. For 872 agonizing days and nights, the city of Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, was held captive by the Nazi war machine. Trapped within its walls, nearly 3 million souls endured unimaginable hardship. Winter descended upon the besieged city, blanketing it in a suffocating shroud of ice and snow. Food supplies dwindled, then vanished entirely. Desperate citizens, their bodies ravaged by starvation, resorted to eating leather belts, wallpaper paste, even, in the most desperate cases, each other. Every day was a struggle for survival, a testament to the tenacity of the human spirit. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, a name synonymous with genius, with soaring melodies and exquisite compositions. But behind the polished facade of this musical prodigy lay a mischievous streak, a penchant for the absurd and, dare we say, the downright vulgar. While composing masterpieces that would echo through the ages, Mozart also penned a series of scatological canons, songs celebrating bodily functions with a humor that would make even the most prudish listener blush. These compositions, hidden away from polite society, offer a glimpse into the more irreverent side of this musical giant. These bawdy tunes serve as a reminder that even the greatest geniuses are not immune to the allure of toilet humor. In the scorching sands of ancient Egypt, where the sun beat down relentlessly and the Nile River flowed like a lifeline, Pharaoh Pepi II ruled with absolute authority. But even the most powerful pharaoh was not immune to the annoyances of everyday life, particularly the pesky persistence of flies. Pepi II devised a rather unorthodox solution: human fly traps. He ordered his servants to coat themselves in honey, transforming their bodies into sticky traps for flies, attracting flies like, well, honey. In the 13th century, as Europe grappled with famine, disease, and political turmoil, Pope Gregory VII unleashed a different kind of crusade, one targeting not heretics or infidels, but felines. Cats, declared the pontiff, were instruments of Satan, their very presence a threat to Christendom. Imagine the scene: priests denouncing cats from the pulpit, townsfolk rounding up their once-beloved pets, the air thick with fear and suspicion. Cats, those furry companions, were suddenly transformed into agents of darkness, their meows interpreted as demonic incantations. The consequences of this feline fatwa were swift and severe. With their natural predators decimated, rat populations exploded, spreading disease and pestilence throughout Europe. The early 20th century saw great technological advancement, but medical care for premature infants was rudimentary. Enter Dr. Martin Coney with his controversial incubator baby sideshows. He funded his life-saving incubators by displaying them at amusement parks and world's fairs. Premature babies became unlikely sideshow attractions. Imagine strolling past carnival barkers and encountering rows of incubators. A jarring juxtaposition, but one that saved thousands of lives. Deep within the African continent, shrouded in the dense jungles of the Congo Basin, lies a dark chapter of human history, the reign of King Leopold II of Belgium. Driven by an insatiable greed for rubber and ivory, Leopold transformed the Congo Free State, his personal fiefdom, into a living hell for its inhabitants. Imagine, if you will, vast plantations where men, women and children toiled under the watchful eyes of brutal overseers, their bodies mutilated for failing to meet quotas. Leopold's reign of terror, fueled by European demand for rubber, decimated the Congolese population. Millions perished from starvation, disease and overwork. A gleaming smile, a symbol of health and vitality, but behind those pearly whites lies a long and often gruesome history, one involving battlefield scavengers, grave robbers, and the repurposing of human remains. In the days before modern dentistry, dentures were a luxury reserved for the wealthy, and the materials used to craft them were anything but sanitary. Early dentures were often fashioned from animal teeth, carved ivory, or, most disturbingly, human teeth extracted from corpses. The Battle of Waterloo, a pivotal moment in European history, also provided a macabre boon for denture makers. Thousands of teeth were extracted from the fallen soldiers, their final contribution not to victory or defeat, but to the dental hygiene of others. On August 6, 1945, the world watched in horror as a blinding flash engulfed the Japanese city of Hiroshima. 3 days later, Nagasaki suffered the same fate. The atomic bomb, a weapon of unimaginable destructive power, had announced its arrival, forever altering the course of human history. In the aftermath of these apocalyptic events, amidst the rubble and the radiation, a chilling phenomenon emerged. Shadows burned into the very fabric of the cities. These ghostly imprints, known as atomic shadows, serve as haunting reminders of the devastation wrought by nuclear weapons. Thomas Edison, the Wizard of Menlo Park, a man synonymous with innovation, with bringing light to the world. But even geniuses have their missteps. And in the case of Edison, one such misstep came in the form of a talking doll, a technological marvel that terrified children rather than delighted them. Imagine, if you will, a child unwrapping a gift, their eyes widening with anticipation. But instead of the cheerful babble of a beloved doll, they are greeted by a scratchy, disembodied voice emanating from the doll's chest, reciting nursery rhymes with an eerie cadence. Edison's talking doll, a marvel of its time, was a commercial disaster. The American flag, a symbol of freedom, unity, and national pride. Its stars and stripes instantly recognizable around the globe. In 1958, 17-year-old Robert G. Heft designed a flag for a history project. He crafted a flag with 50 stars, anticipating Alaska and Hawaii's statehood. His teacher was unimpressed, giving him a B. 2 years later, Heft's flag became the official banner of the United States. In the annals of medical research, few chapters are as shameful, as ethically reprehensible as the Tuskegee syphilis study. For 40 years, from 1932 to 1972, the United States Public Health Service conducted a study on African American men in Macon County, Alabama, that stands as a chilling testament to the devastating consequences of racism and medical malfeasance. Imagine, if you will, hundreds of men, impoverished sharecroppers lured by the promise of free medical care, unknowingly infected with syphilis, a debilitating and potentially fatal disease. Imagine these men, their bodies ravaged by the disease, denied treatment even after penicillin, an effective cure, became widely available. The Tuskegee study was not a rogue operation. It was sanctioned and funded by the US government. The legacy of Tuskegee continues to cast a long shadow over the American medical establishment. Stained glass windows, those kaleidoscopic masterpieces of light and color, have graced cathedrals, castles, and mosques for centuries. But behind their ethereal beauty lies a more earthy, even slightly unsavory truth: the use of urine in their creation. Yes, you heard that correctly. Urine, a readily available and surprisingly effective ingredient, played a crucial role in the creation of stained glass. Medieval artisans discovered that urine, particularly the urine of wine drinkers, was rich in ammonia, a key component in the production of potash, a flux used to lower the melting point of glass. Genghis Khan, the name evokes images of thundering hooves, of vast armies sweeping across continents, of an empire forged in blood and fire. But what if we told you that this ruthless conqueror, responsible for millions of deaths, may have helped save the planet? Genghis Khan's brutal conquests may have decreased global carbon emissions. Imagine the Eurasian steppes transformed into vast grazing lands, forests reclaiming farmland, absorbing carbon dioxide. The decline in population and farmland led to less deforestation and lower carbon dioxide levels. Libraries, those hallowed halls of knowledge where the scent of aging paper and leather mingles with the quiet murmur of turning pages. But within these sanctuaries lurk volumes with a dark secret, books bound in human skin. Anthropodermic bibliopagy, binding books in human skin, was common from the 16th to 19th centuries. These macabre tomes were often medical texts, legal documents, or even Bibles. Imagine a book, its cover human skin, the texture eerily lifelike. Today these books are macabre curiosities, a testament to the darker side of history. And there you have it, 15 jaw-dropping facts that show history is anything but boring. From Hitler's surprising artistic hobby to the Pope's war on cats, we've journeyed through time to uncover some of the strangest, most shocking and unbelievable stories from the past. Remember, behind every date and every name in your history books lies a world of fascinating characters, bizarre events, and unbelievable twists and turns. So the next time you think history is dull, remember these tales and realize there's always more to discover. Which fact shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing stories from the past.